Okay, so I'll admit it. There is a lot about dogs and their body language that I got wrong. I thought that when my dog Starbuck smiles at me, that he's saying that he's happy, or that when he growls at me, that he's angry with me. But after studying dog body language, I now understand that it was me who was wrong. So here is what our dogs are actually trying to say to us. 1. Dogs don't smile because they're happy. So, have you ever seen your dog smile? Starbuck sometimes smiles at me. It's very cute, and I used to think that he did it because he was feeling happy. But it turns out that the real reason why they're doing it is because they're copying us. Dogs are masters at understanding human body language. So much so that in some studies, dogs perform better than human toddlers at interpreting and understanding human body language. And so over time, by living alongside us, dogs have watched us smile and learnt that we like it. And so now they do it too, especially if we smile at them first. It's an appeasement signal. However, a dog will usually only smile if they're feeling relaxed. And so if your dog smiles at you, it's their way of saying, hey, I'm relaxing and I feel nice and chill. 2. Dogs squint their eyes to be friendly, not to be rude. So I noticed that Starbuck will often squint when he looks at me, which made me concerned because usually if I'm squinting at something, it's because I'm suspicious. I mean, seriously, if somebody started squinting at you, you'd probably think that they were angry or judging you. But it turns out that dogs squint for very different reasons. And when a dog does it on purpose, it's a form of body language called shortening of the eye. Because dogs instinctively find direct eye contact to be confrontational, they'll sometimes squint. In other words, shorten their eye as a non-confrontational signal to show that they want a friendly interaction. But they don't always do this on purpose. It's also just a normal resting position for their eyes when they're feeling relaxed. If your dog squints in your presence, it's their way of saying, hey, I feel really comfortable around you. 3. Dogs jump on us to greet us to make themselves taller. So I'll admit it, Starbuck is a jumping greeter. When somebody comes in the door, he'll usually jump up to say hello. I should have trained this out of him as a puppy. That was my mistake. But honestly, it's pretty hard to train it out of them because when they jump up on someone, they almost always get attention. But there's also another reason why they do it. They also learn to do it because they want to make themselves taller. Dogs are usually shorter than us, and they jump up as a way to tell us, hey, I want to be at your eye level. And so they jump up to try to reach us. That is why when I greet a dog, rather than pet them from above, I'll usually sit at the ground at their level, which they much prefer. 4. If your dog growls at you, it's probably because they like you. So I used to believe that if a dog growled at you, it was a form of aggression. Starbuck is a very vocal dog and he growls at me a lot. And at first I was scared. Does he hate me? But it turns out that it's the opposite. Just like with humans, how we can have friendly conversations or angry conversations. Growling is just a normal form of communication for a dog. Stress growls are when your dog is growling because they're uncomfortable, scared, or upset. Whereas a happy growl is when a dog likes you or another dog and is just expressing their happiness, often during play and cuddles. The way to tell the difference is to look at the way that your dog is holding themselves. If their body is stiff and their eyes are locked onto the target with an intense stare, that's a sign that it's a stress growl and that it's a warning to not come closer. Whereas if their body is relaxed or they're doing playful moves like bouncing or playing bells, then they're having a great time. 5. When a dog wags their tail, it doesn't mean that they are happy. So most people think that when their dog is wagging their tail, it must mean that they're happy. That's why when I got my dog Starbuck as a puppy and discovered that he was born without a tail, I was like, oh no, how can I tell if he's happy or not? But actually, I was wrong. Tail wagging doesn't mean a dog is happy, it means that they're aroused, which means a dog is feeling reactive to its environment. The faster their tail wags, the more aroused they are. So you need to look at their other body language to see if they are aroused because they're feeling happy, stressed, or even curious. This chart here by PetMD explains the differences. For example, if your dog has their tail out straight horizontally and it has a slight wag, this is them expressing that they're feeling curious. Or if they're happy, they might wag their tail like Charlie does, who is Starbuck's best friend, When you play with Charlie, his tail is raised and wagging fast side to side, and it isn't rigid, but floppy. It's a very excited but happy wag. 6. If your dog stiffens up, they're trying to make themselves look big. Have you ever noticed your dog see something that might give them a fright and seen them tense their body up fast? Recently, Starbuck did that when I got a toy robot dog called Luna. My sister's dog Charlie and my parents' dog Jamie didn't really mind Luna, but Starbuck sure did. When Luna came up to Starbuck, you can see that his body tensed up and his ears perked fully up. And that's because when a dog feels threatened, they'll try to make themselves look as big as possible, and so they tense their muscles up to be taller. And that's also why they raise their ears as high as they can go. This was Starbuck's way of telling me that Luna made him scared. So I put Luna away. 7. A dog panting doesn't always mean that they're feeling hot. So a fun fact about dogs is they cannot sweat like we do to stay cool. So instead, when they get hot, they pant. However, this isn't the only reason why they do this. Another reason why they do this is to express to us that they're feeling stressed and anxious. For example, Starbuck has been taught a dog sport, scent training. What I do is I take a little container and put a cotton bud with a smelly scent on it. I then hide it somewhere in the house. Starbuck is then instructed to go find it. He'll sniff all over for it. And then when he does find it, he's learnt to do a lie down next to it, and then he gets rewarded. It's a fun game that he absolutely loves. However, mental games like this are much more exhausting for dogs than physical exercise. And so if I play with him too long, he'll start to pant. It's his way of telling me, hey, this is no longer fun, I'm tired, and this is making me stressed. So that's my cue that it's definitely time to just chill instead. 8. Your dog looking away might actually be them doing a whale eye. So, as we've established, when a dog is relaxed, a common way for dogs to hold their eyes is to squint, where you can't see any of their whites of their eyeballs at all. And well, the opposite is also true. If a dog is emotionally aroused, their eyes will be wide open and the whites highly visible. And one particular type of wide eye is the whale eye. It looks like this. You can see that Starbuck is facing in one direction, but his eyes are looking in another, so the whites of his eyes are highly visible. However, it only counts as a whale eye if a dog is locked on to its target. In this case here, it was just a snapshot I took of him as he was glancing around, so that was fine, it wasn't a whale eye. However, if he had stayed locked onto a target, it would have been a whale eye, which is usually a sign of stress. It can be your dog's way of saying, hey, if this keeps happening, I might bite, and so it's your cue to help them get out of that situation. 9. When a dog laughs, it's not because they find something funny. So, not all dogs do this, but some dogs can actually laugh. I've never heard Starbuck do it, but his best friend Charlie has made laughing sounds before. If you've never heard a dog laughing before, I'll quickly play it for you. Just a warning, if you've got a dog in the room and you don't want them to react to it, you might want to mute the video quickly. So 3, 2, 1, let's listen. It's quite a strange laugh, isn't it? And well, it turns out that Charlie isn't laughing at something when he makes it. Instead, it's a sound that he makes usually during play, because it's a play pant. That sounds like a laugh, and it's thought to have a purpose. Patricia Simonet, a dog behaviorist, recorded the sound and studied it. She found that it had a much broader range of sound frequencies compared to usual play pants. And when she played it back to a group of puppies, they would start to get active and interact with each other. And when she played it to adult dogs in shelters, it would calm and soothe them. 10. When a dog tilts their head at us, it's not because they're confused. So I used to think that when a dog was tilting their head at us, that it was their way of saying, huh? Because to me, it really looks like they're asking a question, but it turns out that it's actually just their version of nodding their head. Think about it, when someone talks to us, we often nod our head as a form of acknowledgement that we are listening. And so instead of nodding, dogs will tilt their head to let us know that they're paying attention to us and that they want us to keep spending time with them. Aren't dogs just so amazing? So if you love dogs as much as I do, please subscribe for more videos like this. Starbuck and I really do appreciate your support, and we will see you in the next video.